Hello guys and welcome to Odds on Copa del Rey. We have the last 16 round starting today, Tuesday, and we are going to analyze all 8 games with Alvaro Romeo. Hello Alvaro.
Hello Eduardo, how are you?
I'm good, although Real Madrid is not in this round. And well, we are going to analyze these 8 games with you and also with the people who are commenting. They will have the chance to win a £10 free bet with Novibet, and they just can post their questions to Alvaro and he will reply, of course. And do not forget, of course, to click on the like if you enjoy the video. Subscribe to our channel and click on the bell to get all the notifications, for instance, whenever we do these live videos, especially for the Copa. And Alvaro, we start on Tuesday, so today we have Valladolid Levante. We saw this game in the weekend and was an interesting game, especially the second half. 4 goals to draw, to 2 draw, with Levante getting better and better in La Liga. Only 1 defeat in the last 8 games, and Valladolid, they are still struggling, 2 points above relegation. So maybe Levante take this game more seriously because they can dream about the Copa, whereas Valladolid have to be very careful with La Liga. And if we see the odds, actually Levante is slightly favorite.
Yes, yeah, and I was thinking before preparing this show that, this season reminds me a little bit of the time when clubs like Mallorca, Recreativo de Huelva, Betis, Osasuna reached cup finals. Do you remember that time? Circa the beginning of the century, right? And Real Madrid is out, Atletico is out. Let's see how Barcelona does it, but they suffered in the last game against Cornellà. So why not for a team like Levante, that they haven't won a title for a long time, to try to go for the cup? So I think Levante, on the basis of what I've seen from December onwards, they are favorites coming into this game. I mean, they score many goals, they've got quality going up front, they've got a very solid project. And yes, it's true that against Valladolid in the weekend, they drew 2-2. And I can see something like this happening because in the Cup, the Spanish teams seem to be a little bit more happy, seem to be a little bit more careless when it comes to defending. So, for example, I think that this is a good game for the following market. The over 3.5 goals, that triples up your bet, which is really good as well. I think that also you can think that this could be a game with many corners, more than 12.5 corners. That pays 5.5. Both teams, again, they drew 2-2 in the weekend. And I'm going, if you want the simple one, go for the following. Levante to win in 90 minutes. That duplicates your money. And I believe that is a very good bet as well.
Yeah, I was surprised to see Levante favorite. So you put your money in Levante. David is saying that it's pretty clear that you love Monopoly, Alvaro, so you like the money. We have to take in consideration your bets if you are a money taker, like in Monopoly, maybe also, hopefully also in the betting, no? Then first one is Levante to Primera teams. Also today we have Girona, Villarreal. Girona in Segunda División, but they kicked out Cádiz already in this Copa del Rey. They are not doing great. Actually, in Segunda, they are 8th right now, but they are coming from beating Espanyol, for sure the best team in Segunda. And Villarreal, Villarreal never do nothing very interesting in the Copa del Rey, and it's a very good club in La Liga, usually competing until to get into European positions, but and we saw them in the semifinals of the Champions League, but in the Europa League or in the Copa del Rey, they are not doing great things. Why not, Alvaro, Villarreal to do something great in this Copa del Rey? And actually, the odds for beating Girona are quite all right, 1.75.
Yes, I mean, for how good Villarreal has been in the last 15 years, if you put that versus how many titles they have won, well, the return is very low. Villarreal hasn't won any title. And you're right. They reached the Champions League semifinals in 2006. They came second in La Liga in 2008 as well. But, they've been always like a team that hasn't been able to break that roof and make a step higher. Of course, they've got the limitations. Villarreal is a very small municipality. I believe that the Estadio de la Cerámica can host pretty much the whole city of Villarreal. That tells you a lot. But however, I think that Villarreal has to be favourite for this game. However, there is something there that I do like, the double chance for Girona, a team that has been in the Spanish top flight until not long ago. A double chance for Girona is still paying 191. If you want to be a little bit more speculative and if you believe in surprises, in the magic of the cup, you can go for that one. But in my case, I'm going for the following, the under 1.5 goals. Why am I going for this? Because Girona has scored only 17 goals in Spanish Segunda División, and Villarreal defensively, they are doing the job this season. So this is definitely my favorite bet. Under 1.5 goals, I do believe that Villarreal is going to be very tight defensively. That pays 3.1, and that is definitely my favorite bet for this game.
Villarreal struggled to beat Tenerife 0-1, another Segunda División team. And remember, Emery is a very good coach in this kind of knockout competitions. He's shown it with his teams. So let's see if Villarreal can dream with something big in Copa del Rey. I think we all love this club, really well managed by a very good businessman and rich one. And let's see how they do it. Yeah, Alvaro?
No, I was going to say that this is a bit of color into Spanish culture, but Villarreal owner appeared in the list of most rich people in Spain. You know that Forbes makes a list not only internationally, but also country by country. And the Villarreal owner is among the top 10. So that tells you a lot about, the kind of ownership that Villarreal has. And that explains as well how such a small city has been able to produce not only so many great footballers, so many good performances, but has been able to sustain a club like Villarreal in the top flight for so many years. It's exceptional, really. And Villarreal is a team that has an excellent academy as well. So it's been a very refreshing news for Spanish football, definitely, because they have been able to take that place that probably Zaragoza had in the past, or maybe a club like, let's say, Tenerife, when they were in the top flight. Villarreal has been able to take over from them, and they have established in Spanish football as one of the best Spanish teams.
Yeah, the Roch family is a very, very important family in Spain. Then from this Girona Villarreal, we go to one of the most interesting games we have in this last 16 round, Betis Real Sociedad, another game we just saw during the weekend. In this case was in San Sebastián, and Real Sociedad was this close to win the game. They were leading 2-0, but at the end, Joaquin equalized in the last minute. Joaquin, 39 years old, actually is the oldest footballer to score and give an assist in the top 5 European leagues in the last decade, only behind Francesco Totti with his assist and his goal against Real Sociedad. And here, despite the bad moment of Real Sociedad, we see that the odds are lower for the Basque team.
Yeah, let's see if Nino, by the way, who is still playing in the top flight, breaks Joaquin's record this season. He's still capable, He's 40 years old. But anyway, talking about Betis Real Sociedad, fair play to Joaquin. Anyway, great player. I think that Betis is going to win this one. I do believe that. I think that Real Sociedad is in a very bad moment of form, and the results are talking. Since December, they haven't been able to win convincingly any game. They have been competitive, though. I'm not saying they haven't, but just they are missing some cutting edge. They don't score enough goals. It's good that Oyarzabal is back, scoring, definitely. I believe that this season they are going to miss William Jose because he's moving to England, to Wolverhampton Wanderers. But in this case, I think that Betis is growing, it's improving. Canales was fantastic against Real Sociedad. Fekir is playing really well. Lainez is a very convincing player too. So I'm going for the following. Betis winning, and the game will have more than 2.5 goals. That pays 5. That is my most speculative bet when it comes to this game. And the over 3.5 goals market is very interesting too. That pays 3.25, and basically you triple up your money. You can be safe that these teams are going to concede because Betis and Real Sociedad are not very good defensively, and they are very happy going forward. So the more goals this game has, the more logical this game is going to be, because this is what we are expecting and this is what is happening this season.
George is telling us that he thinks that Betis will beat Real Sociedad. Actually, is the same as we both think. Betis, they are in the best moment of the season. for sure, in the beginning, in this 2021, 4 victories and 2 draws, including the derby that they should have won it. So good moment for Pellegrini, finally. And for this Betis Real Sociedad, we stay in the same city, Sevilla, Valencia. For names, is probably the best match in this last 16 round. But Valencia, we know how they are suffering this year, and probably they shouldn't think a lot about Copa del Rey because they are still in danger in La Liga. Whereas for Sevilla, Copa del Rey is always a very interesting competition. They suffer a lot to beat Leganés, but they are in good run. In La Liga, they beat Cádiz after beating Alavés, and Nesiri is scoring easily, 15 goals so far this season. So everything said, because the odds for Sevilla are very low, 1.5.
Yeah, they are low, and I can understand why. At the end of the day, Sevilla has been consistent in 2020 and the beginning of 2021. Valencia hasn't. It's as simple as that. I watched Valencia against Atletico de Madrid, and again, I can't stop thinking that they should have more points. They produce goal opportunities. I believe that the individual mistakes up front are killing Valencia. The individual mistakes in the back are not helping them either. I'm not too convinced about their goalkeeper. I'm not too convinced about their strikers, but they are doing everything that they are capable to do collectively to win games. However, their efforts have proven not to be enough against top teams, the likes of Barcelona or Atletico de Madrid were able to beat Valencia. Not Real Madrid, but that was pretty exceptional, with 3 penalties in one game. So I think that Sevilla is going to cruise through this time and they are going to qualify. So I'm going for the following, though. Sevilla to win and both teams to score, so that combined odd. It's interesting. That pays 3.5. And an Asian handicap of -1 for Sevilla, with Sevilla winning, that pays 263. And those are my favorite bets. I think that Sevilla, having a Nesiri in such a great moment, having Luke de Jong in the bench, wanting to replicate what El Nesiri does, that makes it very promising. And I think that Sevilla can score many goals this time. So that is my favorite by far. I'm going to keep it, in fact, for the ACCA. An Asian handicap of -1 for Sevilla pays 263.
The same that George says, actually. So he's reading your mind. Tom, he knows that you are an Athletic supporter, and he's asking if Sevilla is really the oldest club in Spain. They were celebrating the birthday this week.
That's funny. That's a funny one. Sevilla.
We always say Recreativo de Huelva is the oldest club in Spain.
Yes, Recreativo de Huelva. Was founded in 1889. Sevilla was founded in 1890, even though they changed the date of their foundation a few years ago. UEFA has recognized it, so this is official. So yes, Sevilla is the second oldest team in La Liga, but this came a little bit late because I remember Sevilla celebrating their centenary not long ago, and they were celebrating the centenary for another date. But right now, as it stands, and UEFA recognizes it, Sevilla was founded in 1890, and they are the second oldest Spanish club.
And if you haven't heard it yet, I recommend you to listen to the Centenario song from Sevilla. It's an anthem, amazing, sung by El Arrebato, and I really recommend this. For me, is the most beautiful song in the Spanish football, for sure.
For me too, Edu, and my partner is Greek, and she loves it as well. She doesn't understand the lyrics, but she loves it as well.
It's amazing. Go after the video on YouTube to check it. Then we have Rayo Barcelona. Rayo, a historic team in the Spanish football, now in Segunda División. Hopefully, very soon in Primera. They are now 4th. And they kicked out already a Primera team, Elche, in the previous round. And, well, you know how Barcelona suffered against Cornellà in the previous round. They missed 2 penalties, but actually they are pretty good now in La Liga, 4 victories in a row, and they are better on the road. They were struggling at the beginning of the season playing outside Camp Nou, and now they are doing it better. Do you think they might have problems here? I was surprised to see the odds for Rayo because they are not that high, a home victory actually in this game.
I know. I was a little bit surprised as well. I believe that, Barcelona this time is going to get the upper hand. They are in a very good run. And it's funny because, after the game against Elche on Sunday, they asked Ronald Koeman, so what do you think about the current situation? How is it? I mean, are you positive about how Barcelona is doing? And he was, yeah, of course. I mean, we got 23 points out of the last 27. Exactly like Real Madrid. 23 out of the last 27. The problem is that Real Madrid and Barcelona are bad in relation to Atletico de Madrid. But at this very moment, in terms of how many points they have gotten in La Liga in December and January, I mean, they are okay. They are okay. The problem is that Atletico is just killing them. Atletico basically is going to, if they win the next game, is going to have around 50 points after 19 games, which is crazy, which is absolutely mental. So in this case, I think Barcelona is going to win it. Let's not forget that Barcelona is pretty unlikely that they win La Liga. I find it almost impossible that they win the Champions League. Really, I do find it almost impossible. So what is left for them? Probably the Spanish Cup. Atletico is out. Real Madrid is out. This is the easiest route for Koeman to get some silverware. So I think that Barcelona is going to win this game. And my favorite odd in this game is to Barcelona to win it and to have less than 2.5 goals in this game. That pays 4, and that is definitely my favorite bet.
Tom is asking you if Koeman will be sacked if he's not winning any silverware this season. I think he will be actually sacked.
That's going to be a tricky one because in normal terms, and if we were in an ideal scenario, probably yes. But at the same time, Barcelona doesn't have any money right now to pay any redundancy or any severance package. So if they are going to sack somebody, they'd better agree with the manager the severance package before sacking him, because Quique Setién was sacked as well back in August, and he hasn't received the liquidation yet, and that's why he has sued Barcelona. So there will be a court case between Quique Setién and Barcelona because they haven't paid his severance package yet. Barcelona doesn't have any money. They've got a 1 billion debt at the minute. So the last thing they need is Ronald Koeman telling them, all right, you sack me, but I need my money. What is my severance package? That cannot happen to them.
Yeah, it's completely madness what is happening with Quique Setién, actually, and the club and the manager fighting in the court. Well, Hans is telling us that it's difficult to trust Barcelona on 90 minutes match. They are now being more reliable, but, well, we saw how they suffer in Cornellà. Let's see if they don't suffer in Vallecas, a neighborhood in Madrid. Vallecas, Rayo in second division. Also in second division is Almería, Osasuna. We saw one of the biggest surprises of the previous round in Copa del Rey with Almería thrashing Alavés 5-0. Almería is third in Segunda. Osasuna is doing quite well right now. They are out finally of the relegation zone after many, many weeks. They beat Granada in the weekend. We saw them beating Espanyol, the best team in Segunda in Copa del Rey. But if we check the odds, Almería is favorite.
Yeah, that's a funny one. That's why I'm going for Osasuna to qualify, because Osasuna is a very much improved team. We were talking a couple of weeks ago about the fact that Osasuna couldn't stop drawing games. But, they are getting better. Last weekend, in fact, they managed to get a win, and that was very positive for them. Not only they won, but they beat Granada 3-1. Granada is a very good team. So you can really tell that Yago Barrasate's men are improving. And I think that Osasuna is going to keep that trend a little bit. How interested are they in winning the cup or progressing in the cup? That's another story. I think that for Osasuna, the best thing that could happen to them is to focus on La Liga and to focus on staying in the top flight. However, for this game, I'm going for Osasuna. I think that they are going to qualify. So this is the nuance here. I'm betting Osasuna to qualify, and that pays 2.1. And I like the under 1.5 market as well. This can be one of those toe-to-toe games. Almería doesn't score that many goals in the second division. Osasuna either. So the under 1.5 goals market is very interesting for me. That almost triples up your money. I'm going for that one.
I think it's pretty clear here that it's a value bet going for Osasuna in this moment against Almería. Then on Thursday we have 2-3 tired teams against Primeras. The first one, Navalcarnero, Granada. Navalcarnero is another city, a town from the region of Madrid. They are third right now in Segunda B, again, third-tier division in Spain, but they already beat Eibar, Primera, and Las Palmas from Segunda División. And now they have another good team, Granada. Granada already beat Malaga, which is not easy, of course. It's another big team, although now they are in Segunda División. And we know how Granada, like Copa del Rey, last season they arrived to the semi-finals. And now it's very easy for them, Alvaro, again, to be in the quarterfinals, and who knows what can happen with Granada living one of their best moments in the history of the club, for sure.
Yeah, and let's see how they face this game. It's interesting to see Granada because, this season they have played already 33 games. Last season they played 45 games in 12 months. So they must be tired, and I can understand why the manager, Diego Martinez, is doing so many heavy rotations. In fact, after beating Malaga in the Cup, Diego Martinez played or started 8 new faces in the game against Osasuna in La Liga. So Granada is rotating a lot, and when the teams rotate that much, it's very difficult to make a prediction about what's going to happen. So in this case, there are a few markets that I do like. For example, a double chance for Navalcarnero. Sounds a bit crazy, I know, but that pays 260. It's a double chance for a Navalcarnero. And then there is another one that is very interesting too. For example, the Asian Handicap market. Edu, have a look to this one. An Asian Handicap 0 for Navalcarnero, that pays 530. And Granada, as I said before, they are rotating a lot in the Cup, and they have beaten only second division opposition or third tier opposition in the Cup. So, are Granada a guarantee of a win in the Cup? I don't think so, really, because I don't know what they are up to. I don't know if they are going for the competition. I don't know if they are actually playing it, and well, it's all right. We win the game, but it's not our target to win the competition. So I'm going for the Asian Handicap 0 for Navalcarnero. That basically multiplies by 5 your money, and that's a very interesting one as well.
I think the players from Navalcarnero cannot believe what you are saying right now. Beat also Granada. Tom is asking us if there are any famous players that had played for Navalcarnero. Actually, Navalcarnero, they just arrived to Segunda B. It's not a historic team at all. It's a completely new team. There are some big teams in the region of Madrid, but recently we've seen it with Fuenlabrada, with Las Rozas, with Navalcarnero. There are several towns around the city that they are having their clubs more money, and they are making a good job. And one example is Navalcarnero, that they've never been in these stages of Copa del Rey, not even in this top position in the table in Segunda B. But so it's not like Spal, like yesterday we were talking with Dani Fisichella, and Spal is a historic team, of course, in Italy. A historic team is Alcoyano, but like really, really long time ago. And they were able to beat Real Madrid in the extra time and Huesca last week. And now they face Athletic. We were laughing before last week, Alvaro, because Athletic had a difficult trip always to Ibiza. They struggled, but they made the job. And we were talking about the hangover they might have because of the victory in the Super Cup. This is a good hangover. They thrashed Getafe 5-1. They qualify for Copa del Rey. Muniain is on fire, 5 assists in the last 3 appearances. Raúl García is on fire, 4 goals scored in the last 4 games for Athletic. So there is a Marcelino effect, that's for sure.
There is. And, it wasn't easy, the win they got on Monday, because they beat Getafe. And they beat Getafe heavily, actually. That Marcelino and Bordalás don't talk to each other, so the victory must have been super satisfying for Marcelino as well, but that's a different story. I think that Athletic Club Bilbao are playing a very positive football. What the Germans called positive football in 2006 when they organized their World Cup after having played negative football for years before. This is what's happening to Athletic Club Bilbao. They've been playing some negative football in the past. And under Garitano, you had the feeling that the team was solid, but you had the feeling that the team couldn't go the extra mile. With Marcelino, that extra mile has been covered already. And I can only see good things to come right now. And I'm not getting too carried away here. The thing is that every player are showing their best level since Marcelino arrived. And one of them is Iñaki Williams. I do believe that Iñaki Williams had a problem with his scoring, and he has been scoring many goals. Raúl García was a player who was very unhappy under Garitano, and many times when he was getting subbed, he was showing that he didn't like being subbed. He didn't like his situation. Well, he's smiling again. He's scoring goals again. Muniain, probably he has become the best link-up player in the north of Spain right now in terms of his passing and his playing between the lines. So I'm very positive about Athletic Club Bilbao lately, and I'm going for the following. Look, a win for Athletic Club Bilbao pays 175. It's not a lot of return for your money, but you can be conservative and go for that one. For example, Athletic Club Bilbao to score in both halves is a very interesting one. Let's not forget, they scored 5 against Getafe the other day. That pays 3.1 already. And the over 3 goals market for this game, let's say that Alcoyano also puts some effort and managed to score, it's a very good one as well. That pays 3.45.
Okay, you don't see a surprise here. For you, it's more likely, for instance, that Navalcarnero kicks out. Navalcarnero was against Granada rather than Alcoyano beating Athletic. Then let's see what is happening. We are seeing a lot of surprises in this Copa del Rey. We have all 8 games, and the only thing missing then is your ACCA.
Of course, Edu. Let me say that the reason why I'm not backing Granada that much is because they are rotating a lot. And when the team rotates, then they become more unpredictable. But this is my ACCA. Levante to win in 90 minutes. Betis Real Sociedad. That game goes over the 3.5 goals. Sevilla Valencia. An Asian handicap of -1 for Sevilla. And Osasuna to qualify. That would pay 39.48.
Wow, I like actually the ACCA. We will write it in the comment section so people can check it later after this video. Then, thanks Alvaro. We've analyzed all 8 games. Remember that if you enjoyed the video, do not forget to click on the like, subscribe, and also click on the bell to get all the notifications whenever we publish new content, because also at the end of this week we will record, or actually we'll do another live video with La Liga with more tips. Thanks, Alvaro.
Thank you. Bye-bye.